Here, honey. It's from the sun. Yeah.
Every 10 or 15 years, a film is produced that is so overwhelming, so forceful in its impact, that it becomes deeply embedded in the mind.
Persons under 18 will not be admitted.
Appreciate your choosing our theater. And to make this experience more enjoyable for everyone, we hope you'll refrain from talking during the show. Enjoy the movie. Thank you.
Everyone thinks because you're a zombie, you don't know good coffee. Well, they're wrong. We have very active lifestyles. It's not all wandering the countryside aimlessly or scaring passing motorists. And we all love a good cup of joe. And there's only one brew that gets my seal of approval. Deadly Grounds coffee is my guilty pleasure. Bold, robust, delicious. It's coffee that can wake the dead. With over a dozen different roasts and flavors, Deadly Grounds can satisfy the most finicky of coffee addicts. The aroma is so intoxicating. It brings all of my neighbors out of the woodwork. Deadly Grounds coffee. Coffee to die for and zombie approved. It's good to get a little deadly. Use the front door! Oh, they're so disgusting.
Hey, happy Wednesday, everybody. My name is Leo. I'm the monkey behind the keyboard here. You're watching Still Toking with. We have an awesome show scheduled for you today. And as always, Benjamin, how's it going, bud?
It's happening. How's everybody doing out there?
It's happening. It's happening.
Oh, yeah, man. What a show tonight, huh?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I apologize ahead of time. I'm going to dork out quite a bit.
That's okay. I think we all are. I mean, 656 actor credits, multiple nominees for numerous awards. I'm not going to steal Jeff's thunder, though.
Oh, yeah. Plus,
I thought about it, but I won't.
Plus, there's a fan cast going around of, where he should be in the Marvel universe. So I'm going to bring that up as well. Jeffrey, how's it going, bud?
It's going excellent. I'm so excited. I've been looking forward to this show for quite some time now. I've actually been going back and watching a lot of the movies that I haven't seen, too. So that's really cool.
That makes two of us.
Yeah. So I don't want to delay. Let's welcome Mr. Eric Roberts.
Thank you. Hi, guys.
How you doing, man? Welcome to the show. I'm so pumped.
Right?
Thank you.
Absolutely.
It's I grew up watching your stuff.
Thank you. You make me feel old.
Well, we kind of grew up together, so I'm right there with you.
Okay, thank you.
And I'm not too far behind. Jeff brought up rewatching a lot of older films and stuff. And the other day I was home, I took the day off and I was flipping through and I was like, 1989. Ooh, the best of the best. Oh yeah, I think I'm going to watch this again.
That was also the year I met my wife. That was a very good year.
It must have been
the best. My wife. I did a lot of traveling that year. That was a good year. Yeah.
So yeah, I got to watch that again. I was pretty psyched.
Thank you.
Nice. Yeah. What did I watch today? Actually, it came out in 2021, so I went to the newer one when I watched today. I watched
Surprise
616. No, I watched 616 Wilfred Ave.
Oh, that's a good one.
Right. Yep.
That's a good book.
I thoroughly enjoyed that flick.
I'm so glad to hear that.
I never even heard about it
because they're hard to make because everybody gets very silly and something you have to work. It's like, oh yeah, we're shooting a real film, even though it's silly and it's a booger movie. Everybody gets serious, but it was so much fun making that movie, and we scared the whole neighborhood. They were all petrified of us.
That's awesome.
What I want to talk to you guys about, today is a movie called Surprise Visit.
Yes.
Yep.
Crazy about it. I'm in it. It's a cool story. It's one of my favorite thrillers I've ever been involved in that there but by the grace of God go all of us in this story. And I play a recovering alcoholic who's an estate manager. And it's quite the estate. And we shot this movie where this story really took place. It's a true story. And we shot it on the estate where it happened. And here's the story. I'm an estate manager. My name is Hugh. I have a son named Corey, who's kind of following in his dad's footsteps, only with drugs opposed to alcohol. But an old friend comes to visit the matron of the estate, and decides that it's a planned robbery, but it goes wrong and somebody dies. Now that's really all I can tell you without giving it away because it's so good. And we shot it on 2 Red cameras, and we shot it in 2 weeks, and it was cold as a nun's foot, but it was a lot of fun, and it's a really good cast. And when I make bad movies, and I made a couple, I'm always the first guy to say, by the way, this the best movie in the world, but to go see it for blah blah blah, whatever the reasons are. This is a really fun movie. I'm so proud to be in this movie because it scares the pants out of people. I love it.
Do we have the trailer?
We do have the trailer.
We do have the trailer, and I was going to say, Leo.
Yeah, I'm going to play the trailer, and also definitely check the show notes up above or down below, depending on where you're watching or listening to us. This came out on VOD actually just a couple weeks ago, so and the link is right there below. If you want to check it out, we urge you definitely to check it out. But here is the trailer.
Don't do this. You can still get out.
I can't lend you any more money, son. I'm sorry.
How are we gonna pay for baby? We can't even pay our phone bill.
By the way, was that Casey?
Oh, yes, ma'am, it was. He knows he's not supposed to come around here. I told him.
I got an idea.
We robbed that old lady.
Surprise! Mom, you here?
Got the place to ourselves. She's so rich, what do you think?
Maybe she won't tell the police. Maybe we let her go. She won't say nothing.
We gotta kill her.
But if you kill me, then your life is over.
She's a witness, man. You can't let her get away.
We have to do this now. No witnesses.
What?
I screwed up, okay? I need a sheriff at Old Highway 55. And nothing is as important as family.
It's so much fun to
That's
watch.
intense.
Wow.
That's intense. I watched that earlier today, the trailer anyway. I mean, it was. I'm looking forward to watching this one. I
It's
love
a really
those
fun movie
kind
to
of
watch,
trailers.
guys. I wouldn't steer you wrong. It's really fun to watch this movie. Yeah. And
Well,
what's
I'll be honest with
cool
you. I
about it
haven't
is
seen a bad movie of yours yet, so
well, you haven't seen all of them, obviously, but thank you. Thank you.
you know I've watched a lot of them. You might be
Thank you, brother.
surprised.
I love hearing that. I now have a new audience that I didn't have before, and it's these kids under 12 who say, "Hey, that's him, mom. That's him, mom," and it's all from Dark Knight. They all saw Dark Knight,
Yep.
which is maybe visually one of the best movies ever made. Visually,
Right.
the kids just I mean, it's a little violent for kids, isn't it? But the kids have seen it, and they put me out the airport now. There he is, mom. There he is.
What did you think of The Dark Knight?
The Dark Knight was visually the best movie I've ever been in. It was like a dream. It was like a dream working for Chris Nolan, because he is such, the movie system is a fascist system. You have a dictator and everybody else. Mm-hmm. And that's how he runs his operation. He's it, and nobody works for him. And here's what we're making, and go. And it's quiet and cool and controlled. And it's everything you always fantasize that a movie set is going to be like, because everybody is great at what they do, and everybody's there to get it done, and everybody has pride in it. It's really cool. And it's a great movie. Look at that movie. Oh my God, he made a great movie. I mean, it's a superhero movie, and yet you get involved in it. You don't just watch it. You get into it. How does that happen? That's a great filmmaker.
Well,
Nice.
So you've played so many different parts in so many different genres of movies too. I've seen you in comedies, I've seen you in thrillers, I've seen you in horrors and slashers and army movies. I mean, it's just
soap operas.
The characters and your ability to be able to just switch it up is intense.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I take great pride in that. But let me tell you something. You brought up the soap opera. Let me tell you, I was bad on the soap opera, not once, but twice. Once in 1975, 76, and then once in whatever it was, 2012, whenever. I got a call from my dear friend who fired me in 1976 to come be on his show on Another World to help the ratings. So I'm going to show up to do my thing. And I forgot how hard that work is. You get your script, then as you're learning your script in your dressing room, you're getting rewrites. And they're speeches, they're monologues about your whole life. Oh my God. And you have to learn them and then go be at least halfway realistic. Now, I'm a slow study because I'm very pedantically step by step by step. That's how I operate at home when I'm alone. I go very slowly to absorb everything completely, you know. So you know, to throw me a whole page of monologue, I say, Eric, 5 minutes, go. Oh no, I panic, first of all. I totally panic. And so it's just not fun. And I was never relaxed. I was never good. I was never a character because I was always, what are my words? What are my words? What are my words? It's a horrible experience. But I made great friends, and I loved Paul Roush. He was my producer, who fired me and then rehired me. And it was the hardest work I've ever done, and the only work I feel I never really was good at, because I love what I do and I take great pride in it. I was not good on Another World ever.
I can't attest to that because I never watched.
Oh, you would if you did, believe me.
Yeah, see, you know, I've never watched them. I just walk by the living room when they're on.
Right?
Because somebody's watching them.
That's all lives, pal.
I definitely need to say this. I absolutely adore you in The Righteous Gemstones.
Oh,
Your character, oh my God, absolutely love it.
I got to tell you about that show. First of all, it's a dream come true. Did you see season 1?
Oh yeah, I've been watching since season 1.
That show.
Yeah.
Okay. So you know, I don't get submitted for it by my agents. My a friend of mine, what are they called? The casting thing. It's called. Oh God, my wife will kill me. It's the casting page that all the agents and the managers get. There was a call for this character in Righteous Gemstones. And a friend of mine called me, hey, are you up for it? No, I'm not. Well, you should get up for it. Okay. So I make all the calls. I get up for it. I shoot the audition with my wife in my living room. We ascended, and I got the part. And I have never had a job I liked more, wanted more, have more fun doing. Now, I've had jobs I wanted as much, but I've had more fun doing. And and these people who hired me, it's an overused and abused word, so it always sounds fake. But they're freaking geniuses, dude. These guys, oh my God, they're just incredible peeps, incredible talents, incredible minds, and they hired me. And it's just so I've never had more fun with dialogue or a character or John Goodman. Oh my God, he's a dream come true. I love that man like I love my wife every day. I love him.
Right.
Well,
wow.
Also, your character really showed, you know, it really brought out a whole different side of John Goodman's character, because, you know, for all season 1, you know, you think, you know, is you know, Reverend Eli Gemstone, you know, he's above all and everything. But then, you know, you bring your characters in showing his past, and it really shows how much of a badass he is. You know, it's really, your character brought out so much in him. It was just amazing. And you know, this week's episode, I know we're coming up on the finale. Don't want to spoil it, but I hope it turns out how it's supposed to turn out, and you're in season 3. So it's
Thank you so much, from your mouth to God's ears.
Awesome.
Right?
Wow. Well, Leo.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm okay
so
with it.
You're a busy dude, man. I mean, if this was correct, right now you currently have 33 films in post. Okay. 16 films in production and 14 in pre-production. Are you kidding me? How do you even keep that shit straight?
Here's how it works, and here's how it happened, because it is when you read it on like paper, it's like, what? How? Because it's a how kind of how. It's like, you know, there's so many hours in a day, and it's hard to make movies. Okay, so here's what happened. Now, if there's anything that I'm not at all clear about, tell me as I talk so I can help you understand, because it's very simple, but it's kind of complicated how it happened. Here's what it was. They took film away from us. Film is gone. We have digital now. It's much faster. It's much easier. You don't have to have experts at their jobs anymore for all all the departments. Only your key has to be an expert. Everybody else can actually be a layman who's like told what to do. All but your focus pull. Yes and no is stuff, because it's very hard to pull focus on HD because it's very precise. So that's ridiculous. But all the jobs have become easier and much faster. What took 3 months to make an average film now takes literally 2 weeks. So you go from 12 weeks to 2 weeks. And all that involves all your locations, all your people, all your food, all your costumes, all your line learning, all your preparation time. Everything is instant coffee. And it's very difficult to really work out a character now. Like when I did the Pope of Greenwich Village, for instance, I got that script in January of that year. And I was told, pick apart Paulie or Charlie. I picked Paulie, and I had 8 months to drop 30 pounds and to perm my hair and learn my script. And I showed up ready to shoot a movie. Okay, that doesn't happen anymore. That does not happen ever for anybody, even Nemastar, even Robert Redford. That doesn't happen anymore.
Right.
So what they get a 3 week schedule with the same page numbered script, but a 3 week schedule and no rehearsal. Let's go, shoot, because artists stopped running Hollywood, and now lawyers run Hollywood. Hence, HD.
Well said.
Did I answer your question?
Yeah, you did.
Okay,
Well
cool.
said. Absolutely.
So that's how it's possible to be in pre-production for 14 films at the same time. Also, we have this laptop that I can talk to people. I don't have to go places anymore. I can talk to offices, talk to my bosses, be told what to do, what to learn, what to cut, blah blah blah, like this. So everything is expedited. There is, you don't have to return calls. It's all right there. You're there.
Right.
And so everything is instant coffee now. And we've the only thing that I feel we've really lost is the romance of film, because it looked like a dream a lot of times. It looked like how you see things in your mind's eye, as opposed to in a photograph, which is just a very subtle, warm difference, but it is a difference. And we've lost that. And there's a whole generation now that doesn't even know about it. So they don't even miss it. So we just, it's a sign of the times, dude. You got to go with instant coffee. Here we come.
Right.
Now,
Look at the show.
Yeah. We're working on so many different things at the same time, because everything happens so quickly. Do you ever get lines confused from one film to another?
No, but there are days when I get up and I say to my wife, "What am I shooting today?" And I'll do my homework, before I go to bed, and also when I wake up another night, I do more homework. But I will wake up empty-headed sometimes, like, where am I? Oh yeah, I'm in Boston. What am I shooting? Oh God. Oh yeah, right. A lot of days are like that, and it makes me feel old and a little soft-witted, but it's my life, and I chose it, and I do love it. And also, what my wife is doing, which irritated me at first, but I've come to love it, is this. About 20 to 25% of my movies are not movies of my choosing or recommended by my readers. I have these 2 kid readers, which also helps expedite things. But she sends me to work for people for them, because they need a name. They're an unknown kid out of Boise, Idaho, making a movie, and he's got $20,000, and he's brave enough to say, "Will Eric Roberts be in my movie?" And she goes, "Let me read it," and she reads it, and if it's not horrible, she'll say, "Eric, go do this movie," and I go do them. And at first, I'm like, "I got a week off finally, and you're sending me to go do a good deed? I'm tired. Go do the good deed." Anyway, I've learned to love it. And so about 20 to 25% of my movies are for the movie maker, and they may never get seen. They may never get seen anywhere but in his living room. But I tell you, it's it's, you know, I'm not a saint. My wife is. I'm not a saint, but it has opened up a whole door of understanding the power of giving. And I have fallen in love with it through my wife.
That's awesome.
I love
Alrighty
that.
then.
I think it, yeah.
So,
a lot of,
I'm going to throw this out. I'm going to throw this out there right now, Jeff. But couldn't you see him as one of the veterans?
I'm sorry. One of the veterans. What are you talking about?
Oh, Jeff and I have a TV series that we're in, that we do. That it's just what you were talking about.
You're asking Jeff about me.
Yeah, I said, we're going to have to call your wife.
He's the boss, dude.
Right.
Well, on that note, Leo, it's almost halfway. So why don't we run the 2 quick commercials and then we can get into the rest of the show.
Cool. It is. And actually, I'm going to tease this a little bit. We got a ton of people watching. So user Chrono Kicks has fan cast our fine guest here as a Marvel character, and I'm going to bring it up. I'm going to dork out. So
all right, so dork out first, and then go to commercials.
Totally. Well, no, we'll go to commercials first.
Okay.
So I want to remind everybody, definitely check the show notes up above or down below, depending on where you're watching or listening to us. The surprise visit based on a true story is out right now, and I have that information in the show notes. But we do have ads to play, and
bills to play.
Bills to play. Oh, geez. Here we go.
Thank you for supporting Actors and Others for Animals. We started a long, long time ago. So when you find an organization like Actors and Others for Animals, it sort of unites all of those of us who want to pay back something for all the joy we get out of animals. Please keep up the good work. Believe me, it's deeply appreciated.
Greetings, Spice fans. Silk City Hot Sauce is now sponsoring the Dorkening Podcast Network. Our craft sauces are made in Vermont in small, high-quality batches using locally sourced, farm-grown ingredients. Silk City Hot Sauce comes in a variety of heat strengths and killer flavors like Jezebel, Erotic Fever, Mango Madness, and Good Morning Jonestown. And don't forget our newest creation, Hot Syrup. Make no mistake, Spice fans, this is the queen of sweet heat. There's new and unique flavors coming out all the time. Best of all, right now, listeners of the Dorkening Podcast Network can go to silkcityhotsauce.com and use coupon code DORK. Not only will you get 20% off your order, we'll also throw in a free bottle of hot sauce. That's silkcityhotsauce.com. Coupon code DORK.
And you can find all that information in show notes up above or down below. So, as I was mentioned before, Chrono Kicks did an awesome fan cast for you. And there's been a lot of fan casting where, you know, we're too excited for these movies to come out. So we say, wouldn't it be awesome if this person plays so-and-so? That's why you're seeing Tom Cruise as Iron Man all over the place right now. But so you've played in Doctor Who. You've done so many fandoms. Doctor Who, you also obviously Batman. And you've been fan cast as Doctor Strange for the 90s. But this was actually just recently, somebody mentioned that you would be an amazing William Stryker. And I got your picture up here with the character. Uncanny resemblance.
Wow.
But William Stryker is going to be recast in Marvel upcoming soon. This would be an amazing part for you to play because they're going to be redoing the X-Men. William Stryker had a big play in Wolverine's origin. So, yeah.
Well, what we need to do with your guidance is start a website to make Eric Robert Stryker.
There we go.
Stryker.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. You know, and when with the cons coming up, maybe do a little cosplay as Stryker while you're there as well.
Well, we got to start a website. That's how everything is done now, right?
Oh, yeah.
I agree.
Stryker site starring Eric Roberts.
There you go. There you go, Leo. You got your work cut out for you now.
There we go.
You're going to have to run that on the other 40 shows on the network. Start a poll.
Making notes right now.
Right? See now,
excellent, excellent. So, you travel a lot too. You have filmed in over 17 different countries.
Is that all?
It says and more.
No, it like seems like more because it seems like I've been everywhere but the Arctics, and the only place I asked my people not to ever send me because of my selfishness, because I didn't want to see the starving children I've heard about in New Delhi, is to India. I said, but like Bollywood's been after me a long time. They finally made me an offer for 1 day's work. There was one of those amounts of money that you turn to your wife and you say, how can you say no? And wife says, you got to go. And so you do. And so I went there for 1 day's work for the money. And India was, or at least New Delhi as I saw it. And I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings because, you're from where you're from. But I have never been more sad in seeing the overwhelming poverty and unhappiness and need. And it also really reminded me how thoroughly spoiled and ridiculously pampered, I'll speak for myself, but we are. I mean, my goodness, there's anything even the homeless have things in America. In India, even the working class is suffering. I mean, big time. Right. And it just broke my heart. And I know if something can amuse you that much, then you should do something about it. But I'm doing stuff about other things. I'm sorry, but it broke my heart. Let's talk about something happy.
What was your favorite location?
My favorite location, it depends on what we're talking about. Because I like for food and history, it's Rome. But there's places like Cape Breton, Nova Scotia. It's a little fishing village in Nova Scotia. Oh my God, it's heaven. But it's a whole other thing from Rome. But it is heaven. Rome is heaven. London, if you're on per diem, is heaven. It's so expensive though, you can't afford to be there. But there are many. But like the location for Righteous Gemstones in South Carolina is God's country. It's incredible. So there's all kinds of places I love. But I think maybe my very, very favorite as a working actor in a movie is New York City, Manhattan.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
How about New York State?
The traffic, the stuff, the stink. It's great. I love it.
Okay, then. I wouldn't have guessed that one, but all right, I'll take that. No, that's awesome.
Well, it's also because I have a soft spot in my heart because I made my first movie there.
Okay.
I made
I'm
a lot
not
of
a city folk. Put me in the country and I'm happy. Put me in a city and I just want to get out.
Well, come to visit me on location in Righteous Gemstones. You'd be glad you did. Bring a camera, bring a microphone, let's do an interview so it's half-ass business and let's have fun.
Works for me.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's set it up.
Call my wife, set it up. Yeah.
Yeah, we'd do that.
Yeah,
we're actually going to be down that. Well, yeah, it depends on their filming schedule, but we're going to be down in Virginia in September.
Well, there's no excuse. Show up.
Right.
See?
Call my wife, arrange it, and show up. We'll have a blast, man.
Absolutely.
I'll introduce you to Danny McBride, my new freaking hero. That guy is a brilliant, gifted, funny, loving, cool cat. And everybody should know Danny McBride.
Oh yeah. Justin was talking about the best of the best. It's his favorite martial arts film. He wants to know, do you still practice martial arts on a regular basis?
I've got 2 titanium hips. And my hip doctor, I got the best guy in the world for hips. He's an athletic guy. And he holds up my x-rays and he goes, you're a martial artist. I said, how'd you know? He goes, you guys all end up on my table. He thought that was so cute.
That's great.
Background take. It's always the hips.
Oh, that's too funny.
Oh my! I know. There's a ton of comments coming.
Oh
in.
yeah. Jeremy stole one of my questions. So you're in the music video, Mr. Brightside. How was it working with the Killers?
Well, let me give you my history of music videos, because that also brought me the kids as an audience. The Killers agent or manager, whoever it was, called me, and they got my telephone number from somebody who knows me, like Chris Walken, but somebody like that who I trust, who I'm old friends with, and they got my private number that only like 5 people have the number. What was the question again?
It was how was it working with the Killers for Mr. Brightside?
Yeah. So they call me. I started to read my homework, got distracted. Anyway, so they call me and they say, "Be in my video." Well, I don't make music videos. I'm a grown up. I'm a real actor. Sorry, no, but thank you. And then I tell my kids, they read me the riot act. What is wrong with you, Dad? You're so stupid. God, you're an idiot. I'll call them back. Call them back right now. That's the Killers, Dad. I don't know the Killers. The Killers, Dad. What's wrong with you? You're such an idiot. Call them back right now and say you're sorry. So I did. I called him back. I got on the phone and said, "Hey, I was offered. You made that offer," and I said no, and I was wrong. I would like to renege on my reneging. And he said, "Well, since it's only been like 12 minutes, okay, no sweat." So I made the Killers video. I had the best time. Sophie Mueller was the director. What a great woman! Oh my God, we had so much fun together. And that band is so cool. We had so much fun, and that went number 1. That went platinum for a long time. And then after that, everybody comes to me now for videos, and all the videos I've done, I think I've done a dozen of them. They've all gone platinum. They all went number 1. So I'm video platinum, guys. Who knew?
Right?
Right?
Who knew?
Never would have thought of that all those years ago.
Well, it's funny because one of the
fun one was I was
said
working for. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
The fun one though was working for Mariah Carey. You have not seen how stars are treated up until you've seen how they handle Mariah Carey. She is a queen. No, she's a queen, dude. There's no if, and, or buts. That's the queen. And she shows up and she has guards. She has peeps. She has peeps for this and peeps for that. And they're all nice and they're all cool. And everybody behaves. And everybody's very dignified. And she is so lovely. Oh my God. She's all the things you want her to be. And we shot 2 videos together. And how can you not go platinum in a video with Mariah Carey?
Right?
Yeah, right.
Wow.
The sudden side of you that you didn't know existed.
Exactly. Thank you very much for putting that into words.
I thought it.
Well,
I just couldn't say it.
I did read something that you had made a quote at one point, and it says, "You obviously don't pay attention. I turned down nothing."
Eliza,
I'm gonna fix your battery. Okay, I'm getting on it with plugging your battery.
That's a great quote. I said that.
Yeah, apparently.
I like that. Good for me.
Based on some of the B movies I've seen, it's obviously true.
No. Here's the thing. I like making movies, and sometimes that month they're not making many good movies. Okay,
right. Well, you gotta know that I love all B movies.
Me too. That's why
I'm
I love
huge fan.
I do too.
I'm a huge fan. Sometimes the cornier, the better.
I'm with you, pal. I'm with you totally. In fact, my favorite string of B movies belongs to one performer, and that's Elvis Presley. His movies, we lost you. His movies are they're awful, but they're so easy to accept the awfulness. It's wonderful. And of course, there's Elvis,
True.
Freaking Elvis.
True.
Yeah.
I can see Leo's trying not to dork up. Go ahead, Leo. Go ahead.
So
Leo.
in doing my research, obviously, I'm a huge dork and everything, but knowing that you were in a Batman film and also one of your really good friends was in Batman as well, my Jeffrey Dean Morgan. You're friends
I
with
got a great story about Jeffrey Dean Morgan for you. Jeffrey Dean Morgan. It's 1989. And I met my wife on an airplane. It was the MGM Grand, which was a private airline. So we're in these seats, and I'm late on the plane. I have a script. I'm handing the script, and I have to read it on the plane. When I land at JFK, I have to walk off the plane, and this guy who's going to meet me there, if I'll say yes to the movie. And if I say yes, I'll have their financing. And if I say no, they won't. So I have to read it on the plane. Here's the script, Eric. Read it on the plane. Okay. I on the plane, open my script. Here's this chick, beautiful red hair. I'm a red-haired fanatic. The first love of my life was Kitty on Gunsmoke. So that's some 5 years old is my type. Okay. Well, my type is sitting next to me on the plane, and she too has a script. Oh no, an actor. Okay. So hi, how do you do? Hi, how do you do? Blah, blah, blah. Okay. But we close our scripts at the same time after about an hour and a half of reading. We close them at the same moment. We make eye contact. So it's kind of, okay, what are you reading? What are you reading? Blah, blah, blah. Who wrote that? Who wrote that? Blah, 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 blah. Who's your favorite screenwriter? She asked me. I say, one guy, David Raphael. He wrote 3 Days of the Condor, Out of Africa, The Way We Were, The Firm, blah, 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 blah. She goes, oh, I know. He's my father. And I said, no. She goes, yeah, that's my dad. I said, give me your phone number. She goes, I'm in a relationship. I said, I didn't ask to sleep with you. I asked for your phone number. She laughed. And she gives me her phone number. Okay. I get off the plane in LAX. I say, I'm going to make this movie, blah, blah. I go to my other set. I shoot all night. I get home and I call her number. A man answers the phone with a very deep voice. Hello. May I speak to Eliza? May I ask who's calling? It's Eric. Oh, just a minute. He goes away and he's gone for like 3 full minutes, which is a long time to wait on the phone. He's gone for a long time. She comes back. Hello. We hook up. We're together. 29 years later, here we are. Okay. So, but here's what happened. He puts phone down. He goes to her. He goes, phone call. She goes, who is it? Eric. I don't know an Eric. Well, it sounds like Eric Roberts. Oh, I met him on the plane. She takes the call. If he hadn't recognized my voice, I would not have called back because I would have figured I got blown off. Fine, cool. I'm moving on. No sweat. Right. But he recognized I owe Jeffrey Dean my marriage to my hero. I love my wife like I love my life. So I love Jeffrey Dean with all my heart for that reason alone, but also for Jeffrey Dean. He's a great cat.
That is amazing.
Well, that's a great story.
Yeah.
That's a good question, Jeff. I was actually half impressed.
That was my question.
Oh, that was your question? Well, I thought maybe Jeff asked that question.
Jeremy says, Eric, everybody and their mother is getting a role in some kind of Star Wars show or movie. Any hopes to see you in a galaxy far, far away?
I got a story for you I've never told to the press. This is the first one. In 1976, I just signed with my manager, Bill Tresh. He discovered all kinds of cool people. He discovered me. He discovered Chris Walken, Carol Kane, Sissy Spacek, Melanie Maron, Tommy Hulse, all kinds of people. He had a great eye for talent. He sends me a script called Star Wars. It really fits a big old script. It's a Bible. Well, I read it, and it's like watch Dick run, a kind of writing. Here comes the dog, woof, woof. He is shot. He goes down. It's all very ABC and very mechanical and uninspiring. And I have an audition at 4 p.m. tomorrow. I have to read the script, blah, blah. Okay. I don't go because I don't like the script. He says to me, when you don't like a script, talk to me and tell me I don't like the script, and we'll talk about why you should, even though you don't, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I blew an audition for that movie. So I was never involved in Star Wars, even a little bit, even almost. So that's my Star Wars story. I didn't like the script.
Wow.
There's no accounting for taste, right? Sorry.
So I guess that quote is inaccurate. I turned down nothing.
What?
He said it after that.
I saw that quote.
What was the quote?
After that, I turned down nothing.
What was the quote?
That was after that. It must have been afterwards.
It was after he saw how big the movie was. He went, I'm not turning down anything again.
Right. At the time, I think I was almost 19, and you know, I'm not a genius now. I was not terribly with it. I'm happy to say I know.
So just curious, what was the role you were reading for?
I assume what's his name who played him?
Would have been Luke Skywalker or Han Solo.
Name the actors' names. I don't know the characters.
Mark Hamill.
Mark Hamill's role. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I was 19. Yeah.
Wow.
Huh. And you've never told anybody that before?
Never before. No, only because it's a little embarrassing. It's not that big a deal, and it just shows that I don't have any taste in the science fiction.
Wow,
because that's a great movie. That's a great ass movie.
Yeah. Patrick is asking, is it true you're appearing in the Flash movie?
It's a possibility. It's a possibility. We'll see.
So
we're talking about it.
Everybody's talking about all these movies and stuff, and Jeff had brought up earlier all these movies that you're in, but you have a movie coming out, I believe, on the 22nd called Broadcast.
Cool. Broadcast is coming out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Is that a surprise?
Surprise!
Only because surprise your visit I've been wrapped up in. So I've not been paying attention. And also what they do, guys, is when you make a lot of movies, they change a lot of titles on you. So I loved you in so-and-so. So-and-so? Yeah, so-and-so. I didn't make so-and-so. No, you're in it. I saw your name on the title. So sometimes you just don't know.
Wow.
So of all the movies that you've made, what percentage have you actually sat down and watched?
I stopped watching myself 15 years ago. I saw every foot of everything I ever shot, everything used, everything not used in the movie. I saw every daily, everything up until 15 years ago. And I just decided, you know what? I've seen enough of me for a lifetime. I'm done. And because I love doing it. But when you watch it, it becomes another kind of responsibility, which is fine. It's great to take it on. But I'm older now. I don't care. I'm okay. I know what I'm doing. I don't have to watch.
Well said.
Yeah, I got that.
Did that answer your question, Jeffrey?
Yes, it did. Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Right?
Well, I just wanted to break in here for a second. Just want to remind everybody, Surprise Visit is out on VOD right now. We do have the information in the show notes up above or down below. We have the trailer, and we also have the trailer for Broadcast, which comes out, I believe, in about a week. So here's a Surprise Visit.
Don't do this. You can still get out.
I can't lend you any more money, son. I'm sorry.
How are we gonna pay for baby? We can't even pay our phone bill.
By the way, was that Casey?
Oh, yes, ma'am, it was. He knows he's not supposed to come around here. I told him.
I got an idea.
We robbed that old lady.
Surprise! Mom, you here?
Got the place to ourselves. She's so rich. What do you think?
Hey!
Maybe she won't tell the police. Maybe we let her go. She won't say nothing.
Please. We gotta kill her.
But if you kill me, then your life is over.
She's a weakness, man. You can't let her get away.
We have to do this now. No witnesses.
What?
I screwed up, okay? I need a sheriff at Old Highway 55.
Ah!
And nothing is as important as family.
Surprise Visit is out right now on VOD, and broadcast comes out next week. Here we go.
We've done it. We cracked the code.
You're gonna make people live forever?
We have a lot of amazing work to do.
We took off the suits. They saw their gray skin.
That's what I pay you for. Do you really think I care after getting restless?
You know, it takes time.
We need to dig up our boy.
We need to bring him back.
What arrogance to think we had the right.
And broadcast comes out the 22nd. And again,
I gotta say, I love that signature smile.
You know, broadcast has a lot of good actors in it. There's some acting in that movie that's phenomenal. I recommend it.
They both
were
look incredible.
broadcast today. I just thought we're talking about a surprise visit.
Well, actually, we're talking about everything in your career tonight. We're
okay.
actually, yeah. That's kind of how we do it. We
So
talk
we're here
a little
all
bit
night.
about. What's that?
Well, yeah, no kidding, huh?
Oh yeah. Well, we try to get it all summed up within the show. We actually are going to reach out to Serah, who produced the surprise visit, to have her come on, a little more down the road post, and the whole show is about that, about her and the film. So, yeah,
You're gonna love her.
yeah. I mean, she looks amazing. And the more I read, the more I read,
You're gonna love her.
Good answer.
Yeah.
You can't put four guys on the same call. It doesn't work.
Jeremy's asking, if you weren't acting, what career do you think you might have taken up?
You know, I've been asked that by people who are close to me. So I've like really tried to answer that many times. But I did my first play at 4. I did my first play with dialogue at 5. I did my first TV series at 8. I got in the Royal Academy at 15. I got in the American Academy at 18. I got my first movie at 20. It's all I've ever done. I don't know anything else. I can fantasize about stuff and I can say, yeah, I'd be this, I'd be that. I don't know. It's all I've ever done. And what that says a couple things about me. It either says I have no sense of self, and I just do what I do, or I'm totally devoted. I think it's about half of both, half of either. And I just love my world. It's an incredible world, and I have now seen the world, and I have the best job there is in it, and I honestly believe that.
Wow.
Did that answer
When I
your
was
question?
5, I was still eating mud pies.
Well, I didn't know about acting. I didn't know I was an actor at 4. I just played a mute clown in a toy box in a Christmas play, but it was fun. So I want to do it again. So then I started doing it again and again. I went to acting school and learned that it was something that you can learn how to do. You don't have to shoot from the hip. You can actually take aim and do this properly. So I learned that, and it was like a power. And also, I had a terrible stutter as a little boy. Terrible stutter, where we'd read in class, how they go around in early grammar school and everybody reads a paragraph, And I would stutter through mine, and all the kids would laugh, and it was very upsetting for me. It was very, very, very traumatic, actually. And so when I learned that I could learn my lines and speak freely because I knew what I was going to say, I never stuttered, and it was a real power for me. And it was such a relief. I can act and talk. Oh my God! So it was like speech therapy at first, and then it became fun. Then it became the love of my life. And up until my wife and my daughter, it was the love of my life. Yeah.
He mentions his daughter, who is actually an actress as well, isn't she?
Emma.
Yeah.
Emma Rock.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
she's kicking life's ass. She's doing it.
Yeah. Yes, she is. Yes, she is. So
wanted to follow in Dad's footsteps.
I don't think so. I think
No?
what happened was I was famous. Her aunt's even more famous. So it's like it was very easy for her. She was actually, her mom was asked, what does Emma do? Like, let's have Emma be in show business. Come on, let's do. So it was very easy for Emma, and she got an entree. All the doors were open for Emma. But Emma's very intelligent. Emma's very kind, and Emma's very intelligent. Did I say that? Excuse me. and
it's okay. You can say it 100 times. She's your daughter.
Thank you. And so she. I don't know that it is her life like it's mine, but it's her vocation. It's what she does, and she just had a baby boy, Rhodes. He's a year old, and so that's a whole new thing in the works, and that's a whole new life as a young woman. So that's what she's doing, guys.
That's awesome.
We start with a kid.
Nice. And you're happy with a grandchild now.
Dude, it's the easiest thing in the world, and it's the most, being a parent is a thankless job. Being a grandparent is everything you want it to be. It's perfect, dude. And you get all kinds of credit you do not deserve. It's fantastic.
That's awesome. I love that.
Billy's asking, were there any other roles that you turned down that you wish you had done?
Probably. I don't know. Probably, but let me answer that with another statement about something else. I don't know for sure, but I know this. There's a role I haven't played that I have to play in the next 5 to 8 years, or I'm going to get too old. And that's, I want to play Nureyev, but I don't dance, and I don't have those legs. He had legs like a weightlifter, and I don't have those legs, of course. I don't have any legs at all to speak of. But I want to play Nureyev because there was talk about somebody doing it about 25 years ago. And they were interested in me for the young Nureyev at the time. So I did all my homework on Nureyev. I looked at all his interviews, did all the stuff, found stuff out of the archives, really, really worked on it, and fell in love with his personality. He was a wreck, but he was a wonderful, lovable, kind, brilliant wreck. And I could do it. He had this sort of Russian accent. He sort of talked like a smoker whiskey voice, And he would take long vowels, stretch them out when he talked, tell you what he really felt about life, and where he was just, and he was also gay at a time that it was not cool to be gay. In a country, it was against the law to be gay. So it was like, there he was, this brilliant man, number one in the world at his craft. And yet his private life could not be accepted where he was from. So, and yet he was royalty. He was royalty, but we don't want to know who you sleep with. And if you talk about it, it's not cool. So what a fascinating life. And he was very self-destructive, but he was also very creative and intelligent, and he was not kind, but he was definite, and which is what happens, to a lot of people's kindness. That they have to drive themselves, so they think they have to forfeit kindness. And I think he might have been one of those. But anyway, that's a part I so desperately want to play, because he needs to be played. We need to understand what he went through and why, because he's not alone.
Right.
So, we had a really good question come in, and I'm going to try to decipher this as best as I can. But OG Noman is basically, he's asking, you have over 600 credits. You're constantly working, constantly playing different characters. How do you center yourself and remain or retain your personality when you're playing all these different characters?
Staying grounded.
Well, that's a kind of question that, if you're crazy, you don't know you're crazy, so you answer it very sanely. So, and if you're sane, you answer it very sanely. So it's a very dangerous question. But here's how I'll try to answer it. I have a problem with my sense of self, especially in my youth, because I stuttered, because I was very short up till I was 19. I grew 6 inches in 1 year once. Wow. But yeah, it was a horrible year, by the way, physically. But yeah, I was very small. I could not talk, socially, and so I was very quiet, and so I was odd to people, and so the only time I would come out is if I was playing as somebody else, and so my sense of self became kind of discarded. But then as I got out in the world and I met people and I worked with people, actors, actresses, girlfriends, good buddies, whatever it was, especially 3 of my girlfriends, one being who became my wife, they liked me for me, and as silly and politically correctly deprivating as it is, I didn't know myself to dislike or like myself. So it's very hard up until really these women, and they liked me for me, and they told me that many times. They were my shrinks, I guess, at the time, my in-house shrinks, and I got through it, and I became as much of a person as I'm capable of, which is someone who loves what he does very much, but is very separated from it. I am not what I do. I used to think I was, by the way. So it's a great question for me. But I am not what I do. I am who I am. And who I am is what I do, but I am not what I do.
That's you're comfortable with you. You're comfortable with who you are, and you're comfortable with yourself. That's important.
Thank you very much. Finally, yes.
Yep. And I got to say thumbs up on that, because that is, if you look at any of my social media pages, that is my quote. I am who I am.
Good man.
It's just, yeah, no. I'm watching the time, so we only have a few more minutes with Eric. So if you guys have any last minute questions or comments, you want to get him in here, get him in here.
Yeah,
go ahead, Leo.
Jeremy had a question, and actually, before I answer that question, I just wanted to state this. In doing my research, I'm not sure if you're aware, but somebody developed they did a podcast specifically on you. It's 106 episodes just on Eric Roberts. The podcast is called Eric.
I know nothing.
Eric Roberts is the fucking man. Is the podcast, and it's 106 episodes devoted to you and your career.
That's saying
now
something.
That you said the name of it, I have heard of it. Eric Roberts is a fucking man. I have heard of it, and in fact, I think I called into that show years ago from it. Hi, you guys, here you're talking about me, that kind of thing. Yeah, Eric Roberts is the fucking man. I heard about it, but 106 episodes? I had no idea.
Yeah, 106 episodes. That's pretty cool.
Wow.
So if you want to learn about yourself, you should go watch some.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I know.
Jeremy's asking, what's the biggest and greatest accomplishment socially that you've gotten to see and live through in this ever-changing world?
Socially? Oh, socially is hard. But there's been a couple of really incredible events in my life. Like socially, that's so hard. Socially, what would it be? I guess it's Yolanda King and Marty King III and Dexter King and Bunny King were all in my dad's school, and we're doing a play in April at the Stone Mountain place outside at the outdoor theater there, and it was my 10th birthday, and Martin King Jr. was there to watch his children act. And after the play, they threw me a birthday party, the cast and the crew, and he cut my cake. And I was only 10 years old, but I remember thinking at the time, well, Martin King Jr. is actually cutting my cake. I'm Eric Roberts. That is so cool. And it registered to me at 10 years old that it was an event, and I was proud of it. Yeah.
Wow.
So socially, that's probably it, guys. Yeah.
Wow.
Except maybe one other. When they say, and the nominees are, you think for a minute, I could maybe win. They list nominees and you don't win, and you go, at least I don't have to talk.
That's great. Oh my God, that's great. So, Leo, any last questions for our amazing guest from yourself? I know you had some.
We got through most of mine. I mean, I
want to make sure I take care of the producer of the show.
No. I know. I mean, the only other question I had was, you've done a couple roles with Stallone. How was that, and are you friends with Stallone?
I'm as good of friends as you can be and not hang out with him. Yeah. He's a great cat. He's a really good director. He's a really good leader. He's really funny, and he's really smart. He's shockingly intelligent. And what can I tell you that I'm not going to get in trouble for? Well, he blew his chest out in that movie. We all worked out every morning from 5 to 6 and on the set at 7. And we're all of us. It was like boys camp, And
that was a cast.
Yeah. And they're all great cats, every one of them. And we had so much fun together. Anyway, he's doing like 400 pounds on a decline one morning. I'm sorry to laugh. It's horrible. But anyway, bah! And he popped his left pec off his chest. And it turned black really quick from all the internal bleeding. And in the movie, I hope I didn't get in trouble for this, you guys. I hope you're not getting me in trouble. In the movie, it's supposed to say Expendables with all the names on it on his chest. Well, you never see his chest in the movie because he hurt it. So it was on his back, if you remember in the movie. It's on his back.
Yep.
And he's got a great back. He's got that back that goes on for days,
Right.
He's a cool cat. And here's a great story for you. That's real quick. So we're doing the Specialist in 1993, and I'm off one night, and they're shooting. He and Susan are shooting. So I tell my wife, well, let's go watch the shot. They're outside tonight. She goes, okay. So we sneak up with the crowd, and he's working, and suddenly they stop, and he goes, hey, Eric, like he knew I was there the whole time. Hey, Eric. I said, yes, Sly, what's up? We never seen together in front of all these fans. We never seen together in the movie. I just realized. So I said, so write one. He goes, I will. I'll write it when I get home this morning, and we'll shoot it next week in front of everybody. He was like showing off. I'm like, God, it's so embarrassing. Okay, great. Thank you, Sly. Blah, blah. So He writes the scene. We do shoot it. It's a scene in the street when I like put a knife in his eye, and it's a cool badass little scene. He just wrote for fun that we put in the movie. So I got to see without Roberts because I want to see without Roberts. So that's what we did. And it was so cool. I mean, that's the kind of guy he is. And then 10 years later, he says, "I want you to play the bad guy in Expendables, and you're gonna die. You're not a hero, ha ha."
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh,
that's awesome.
That is great, and that's a great way to end it right there.
Yeah.
I think that's a great way to end it.
I mean, the only other question we had, I mean, we've had a bunch of comments and everything, but Jeremy, a friend of ours, he's asking you to come play D&D. Yeah,
you got to pay him. You got to call his wife, and you got to pay him for it.
Okay, sure.
Well, I know we need to wrap things up. So I want to thank everybody for watching or listening this fine evening. Definitely check the show notes up above or down below, depending on where you're watching or listening to us. Surprise Visit is out on VOD right now, and I have the information in the show notes for that. Definitely check it out. And with that, Eric, where do you like people interacting with you on social media?
EricRobertsActor.com.
Okay, awesome. And I have that in the show notes. Jeffrey.
This has been incredible. I feel like a kid in a candy store. I got to see somebody that I've been watching for years and years and years and years. Thank you, Eric. I can't thank you enough, actually. For us, go to stilltoking.com. That's where you'll find all our information, including this episode will be up probably tomorrow. So if you missed most of it, you can go right back there and watch it again. As for me, I'm on a couple of social medias, but don't look me up because just go to the website, stilltoking.com.
Okay. And I forgot to do me. Just Google Leo Pond. You find a bunch of stuff. Could be true, could be not. I'm not sure which is which. I run a little thing called the Dorkening Podcast Network, which these guys are on. About 40 shows on the network. There's a lot of awesome people doing a lot of awesome stuff. So go check them out. And with that, Benjamin, take us out.
So, yeah, we want to thank Eric for coming out and hanging out with us tonight. And just let him know real quick, just hang tight while Leo closes out the show when we get backstage. But to all our veterans and first responders, we want to thank you for doing what you do every day so people like us can come up here and do what we do. We're out of here. We'll see you next week. Stay safe.
Bye.